Hello, everyone. I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. It is a rainy start to our Friday as an area of low pressure is tracking to our south. But the good news is the rain will be coming to an end as we get towards the midday hours. And then we're looking still at a really nice day for our Saturday. In fact, great, fantastic, whatever you want to call it. We're looking at a great day to get outside on Saturday. And then, of course, we're still monitoring the severe weather potential as we head into Monday of next week. So there's that area of low pressure to our south this morning. We've had some light to at times moderate rain tracking through the area. It's been slightly drier north and west of Eau Claire for a good portion of the night, but we're going to see a few showers kind of move into that area over the next couple of hours. And that'll continue through about midday. But as we get towards that noon hour, most of the rain should be over with. And if you're lucky enough, maybe west of Rice Lake or west of Highway 63 might even see some breaks in the clouds as early as midday. But as we get towards the afternoon hours and into tonight, the clouds will gradually clear from northwest to southeast, and that'll lead to a clear night. It's going to be a little chilly, though, tomorrow morning. We're not going to be too far from average, but we'll be down in the low to mid 30s for low temperatures. So we are going to deal with some frosty conditions, maybe even a light freeze in some of the colder spots. But we are also going to deal with the potential for some fog developing with that extra moisture around potentially lingering from the rain that we're seeing. So be on the lookout for that. But Saturday, nothing but sunshine across the area. Get out and enjoy it. Maybe a few clouds later in the day. And then the clouds will start to increase a little bit more Saturday overnight into Sunday. And we could have a couple of scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon, kind of throughout the day. But temperatures are going to be in the 60s. Dew points are going to be in the 40s. So we'll have to see if this kind of really reaches the ground. And that's why those rain chances are going to be on the lower side of things. Then into Sunday night, we're going to start to see a chance for more scattered showers and storms develop out to the west ahead of a warm front that'll be moving through. And that is what's going to be one of the factors in leading to the potential for our severe weather threat on Monday, which I'll talk about here in a second. But looking at your hometown forecast as we go through the weekend, we'll have highs today in the 50s, might get closer to 60 north and west if you clear out a little bit earlier in the afternoon. Tonight, lows again in the low to mid 30s, again some frost and maybe even a light freeze in some of the colder spots. Tomorrow, sunny with highs between 60 and 65. Again, just a great day to get outside. And then for Sunday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies. Again, a slight chance of those showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two, with highs again about 60 to 65 roughly. So there's a new update from the Storm Prediction Center in their day 4 through 8 outlook. So we'll have the day 3 outlook, which you get the 0 to 5 categories tomorrow. And then, of course, Sunday and Monday as well, we get to day 2 and day 1, you know, how that plans out. But we now have a level 3 risk all the way up to the Highway 8 corridor, roughly. So Ladysmith, you're in the level 2 risk still. So really from Ladysmith to Luck and north, that is a level 2 risk. But that level 3 risk has expanded farther to the north. So this now includes Eau Claire, most of the WQOW area, and areas to the south. And the level 2 risk goes out to Aberdeen, Mitchell, South Dakota, all the way up to the international border and then down to Texas. So a very big area. And then also I should mention over into western parts of lower Michigan. So the threat is beginning to increase a little bit, which is not a good thing. And I know, you know, you're probably wondering, well, why have we been talking about this? You know, it's, 5-6 days out. Well, now we're 4 days out. The thing is because, you normally don't see a severe weather threat this high, this far out. So we just want you to be, aware that this is a possibility and just have you be prepared, should severe storms end up occurring on our Monday. And, we just got through doing Severe Weather Awareness Week here a couple of weeks ago. If you need a refresher on some of those topics, we'll be sure to try to cover them at some point this weekend. But you can also head over to WQOW.com, just search Severe Weather Awareness Week, and you should have all the topics from what we covered earlier in the month. So again, that's the severe weather risk for Monday. So again, what we know so far, we're still looking at temperatures in the 70s, dew points surging possibly as high as the mid 60s. So it's going to have a summer feel to it. We have sufficient wind shear in the lower levels and in the upper levels of the atmosphere, which you need, for thunderstorms, even them to rotate a little bit potentially, and sufficient instability or energy available. And that would, of course, lead to a potential for an all hazards threat. Hail, wind, maybe some tornadoes, and even flash flooding too potentially. But the question marks remain, of course, on the exact timing. Also, if we have any early rain or thunderstorms, I talked about Sunday night into Monday morning, how long that sticks around and how well the atmosphere recovers from that. And then if the cap breaks at all. If it doesn't, that's going to be a lot better for us. We don't see much, if any, activity. But if the cap breaks, it's going to be an environment for those storms to rapidly develop and turn severe. So something that we're going to be watching closely. We'll get into that higher resolution data over the weekend. So check back with us for updates. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, we'll get the 0 to 5 scale for the severe weather outlooks that you typically see coming out starting tomorrow. So again, stay with us. We will keep you updated as the weekend goes on. So looking at temperatures again, 57 today, 64 and 65 over the weekend. Again, you're seeing that 33 highlighted because of that potential for frost, even a light freeze. Up to 75 on Monday, again, watching that potential for severe storms. Tuesday, breezy, cooler with showers lingering in the morning, maybe some frost Wednesday morning. But it looks like as we get towards the end of the extended forecast and beyond, we're going to start to see milder weather, but also some slightly drier weather return to the area, with the rain chances overall becoming more isolated to widely scattered in nature, and we're going to have more drier days mixed in.